So, the Batman. So, the last time I made predictions for a film, it was Spider-Man No Way Home, and that didn't go well. I'll be honest. It went surprisingly bad. I I knew they were in the film. We all did, but I kind of just thought, well, maybe they're not, and kind of all that shit. And I was trying to be that guy. Um, but I was quite happy that my predictions weren't true. But with this, I am less skeptical. This film, I don't think it can be bad. It doesn't seem like a film that kind of can be. The reviews have come out and they're all fucking incredible. Like, it's got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 9.5, I think, out of 10 on IMDb. It's just all the reviews I've seen have been good. And from the clips I've seen and the trailers I've seen, it looks pretty good. And this film's so good, it's getting, like, a friend of mine who I'm seeing the film with, he isn't even really a Batman fan, and he's excited for this. So it seems like it's gonna be good. But moving on from the kind of hype that the film has, my predictions are kind of, I don't know. The film seems to be it is a murder mystery, with the Riddler being the killer, and this is Batman in year 2, so he's new to the job, but like they're aware of him, and I love the theory going around that the I'm Vengeance scene happened at the beginning of the film. And then there's another theory that says it happens at the end of the film, and he's actually doing the I'm Vengeance, I'm the Knight, I'm Batman speech. Which would be fucking incredible. It would be honestly incredible if he wasn't even called Batman for most of the film. He was just going around as Vengeance. But, I don't know. I mean, all the trailers that show, they show the envelopes that are addressed to the Batman, so that's probably not true, but I am definitely excited for just that scene in general, where he finally says I'm Batman. But my theory for the film is I don't know. it kind of seems like this film's going to be a kind of detective noir kind of murder mystery, and that seems like a good fit for Batman. And we know that there's definitely a trilogy planned, so we know Batman's going to make it out of this film, but that's the only character we know is like definitely making out of the film, apart from Gordon and I would assume Alfred. Catwoman is, she could die kind of thing. Riddler could die. Like, it's kind of, not that I want those characters to die, I'd love to see those characters in later films, but seeing as this is the start of a new universe, it kind of gives DC a chance to kind of be a bit kind of dangerous with the characters. And I hope that they don't fuck it up with like the Riddler in this film, because as much as Batman Forever is not a very good film, I do love Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I think he is fantastic. And I would love to see him come back in a multiverse film like Flash. But getting to like the from the trailers and stuff, I'm kind of worried about this portrayal of Riddler, because he's so vastly different from any portrayal of Riddler ever, in and out of the comics. I kind of am intrigued to see where they go with that, making him essentially a psychotic, like just like Seven Zodiac-esque killer, which is a cool portrayal, I guess. It's a cool idea, but I'm I'm more excited to see what they do with Batman. More specifically with Bruce, because Robert Pattinson has some good fucking acting skills, and love the clips we've seen of him, like in the Batcave, and the funeral scene that got released. And from interviews I've watched, they said they took a lot of inspiration from Kurt Cobain's music, and himself, I think, for the kind of the vibe of Bruce Wayne. So he's kind of, the vibe. I think don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure someone said that he was kind of like, he's kind of just sits in the Batcave listening to like grunge rock music kind of thing. So I like that portrayal of Bruce Wayne as kind of a, he's not a teenager, but he kind of comes off as a moody teenager kind of vibe. I quite like that. And the origin of this Batman is vague, but it's kind of been like released in the book, the prequel novel that got released, which details that he basically didn't grow up in Wayne Manor, but grew up in Wayne Tower, and then also went to different boarding schools, and that's how he got his fighting skills, because he would go to different countries and learn a fighting style from each country, which is an interesting way, and also Alfred has trained him, so it's a more realistic, grounded take of Batman, but it also, I don't know, it's a bit more of an interesting origin than like the Batman Begins origin, which is basically just goes somewhere for like, I don't know how long he was gone, like 7 years or something. He just leaves and just goes to this one place and trains, and it feels weird that he would know so many martial arts. Like in the comics, at least, like he trains with multiple people, and I think that's more interesting. And things like his Batsuit and the Batmobile and even the Batcave all have a very homemade feel, and I quite like that. I think it's an interesting take on Batman, to have him be kind of not using the Wayne Tech funds a lot. Like, he's obviously using it, but he's not, like, he hasn't got, like, a R&D fucking military suit. It's literally just, like, high-grade materials. It honestly looks like, you can see, like, the welding lines on it. Like, you can tell that he's just put this together by himself. And the thing that got released about his, in, like, the Batmobile is because Bruce Wayne used to go drag racing when he was 16. Which was a weird thing to hear, but I kind of like that. I like that Bruce Wayne is a bit of a dickhead. Like, really a dickhead, not like pretending to be one. I quite like that. But I think it's, like, the design of, like, just the aesthetics of this film, I think, just look amazing. Like, Gotham finally feels like Gotham again. Like, we haven't had that since, like, the Tim Burton films. Because even in Batman Returns, it kind of, I guess it's still kind of it worked. But in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, the Gotham just looked terrible. And in the Nolan films, it was just Chicago. It was Chicago and New York, and it was just it never really felt like a character. And in the Batman vs Superman, it just was. It was just green blocks with a city pasted on top of it. It just wasn't. It wasn't even anything. But seeing Gotham now as a fully fledged character again feels nice, and it's also, I think, it's a lot of it's been filmed in England, which is nice to see. And just like the aesthetics of like Batman's suit in this film, I think just look amazing, and I'm surprised I haven't heard fanboys go crazy about the fact that he's just wearing armour, because people don't really tend to like that he wears armour. I mean, I like the idea of Batman wearing spandex and just being quick, but that's in a comic booky kind of universe. This is a very grounded take. And I like the fact that he's wearing light but quite strong just armour. He's just wearing like a big sheet of armour, which it makes more sense. Also, the design of Catwoman, I'm kind of not a fan of. I get it, and it works for this film, I think, but I just don't like the design. I think it looks really dumb, because it the toy version it's really good where it covers her mouth, but in all the trailers and stuff it doesn't. It kind of, I don't know, it feels weird that they would kind of have it cover her nose in a weird way. It looks really dumb. But I'm quite excited to see where they go with that. And I'm very excited to see where they go with the relationship between Gordon and Batman. I think that's going to be interesting. And I think it's going to be fun to see where they go with this version of Batman, especially if this film gets a sequel, which it seems like it's gonna. But this film is 3 hours long, and I am kind of worried that this film's going to drag. I really hope it doesn't, because I'm seeing this on Friday. I'm seeing it on, not opening night, but yeah, close to that as I could get, because opening night is a Thursday, so we're not doing that. But I'm quite excited to see it, and I'm excited to see how my cinema reacts, because I don't think we're gonna get like screaming adoring fans like we did with Spider-Man, but I really, really hope we get something, because I did enjoy that last time. But I am hoping that the what was it going with? Yeah, I'm hoping the film doesn't drag. I'm hoping the film has like good pacing and good kind of story structure. And I'm also hoping that the film like actually looks good, because it's quite a grimy, dark film, and I hope it shows up well, because sometimes when you get films like that, like, it shows up terribly, but hopefully it looks good. And I'm very intrigued to see what Colin Farrell does with the Penguin. That's an odd casting, but I really like it. And Carmine Falcone is also in this film, and I don't know. I to be honest, Falcone is never Falcone. I don't know. He's never really been the most interesting character. He was quite interesting in Gotham, but even then he was just kind of. I don't know. I don't know. He was just a very odd character, and kind of a boring character. But I'm excited to see where they go with like introducing more villains, because we've already got Penguin, we've got Riddler, we've got Catwoman, we've got Falcone, and apparently we've got Joker, with the Irish guy from Eternals. I really don't know why. Also, that breaks the there's like a rule, I'm pretty sure, with Marvel contracts. You're not allowed to go to DC, so I really highly doubt that. If it is real, then that's quite weird casting. It's not right. I mean, obviously they want to go for a realistic take on the Joker if they do it, but I don't think you can fuck up. Like, you can't change the Joker's design. Like, I know Heath Ledger's Joker was quite different, but it was just kind of a dirty version of Joker. Just a messy version of Joker. It worked, though. But, like, Riddler worked. You could change that, and, like, because Riddler's quite a silly character, so you can change that, but Joker's a fucking terrifying character. I don't think making him I don't know, I can't imagine that. I can't remember the guy's name, but I can't imagine that guy as the Joker. I just can't. And also, he's old now, but Jesus Christ, please cast Willem Dafoe at some point as the Joker. Like, he needs it. I know there's the whole thing of, like, Marvel actors aren't meant to be in DC films, but come on. Come on, you gotta do it. He's gotta be the Joker at some point. And I am very excited to see where they go with the next two films. The main theories at the moment, I'm pretty sure, are Mr. Freeze and Scarecrow as villains. And I would love to see what they did with Mr. Freeze. I think that'll be very interesting, because they're not going to go with big, like fishbowl head and, like, a big ice gun. It's going to be interesting. I wonder if they'll make him a psycho as well. Like, how they've made Riddler a psycho instead of just a guy that likes riddles that sometimes kills people. Well, he does kill people, but it's more discreet than how he's doing it in this film. I always imagined if they did Mr. Freeze in the Batman universe, it would be a very it would be like kind of serial killer or not serial killer, but guy that robs banks or something with liquid nitrogen, not guy that fell into a vat of like some cold fucking shit and turned into like Cold Man or some shit. And then but like the whole saving his wife thing would be interesting to see. Scarecrow would be fucking insanely cool to see. But I've also heard a few things that apparently he gets a new suit at the end of the film, and I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of would like just an upgraded version of his current suit, not a complete redesign. Because I love that suit. It's so cool. It's my favourite Batman suit that we've ever like got. I think it's just almost perfect. I think it like you could change a few things up and make it a bit cleaner, but don't make him like people are like, oh, give him the white eyes and stuff, and fuck that. It just like the expressions on Robert Pattinson's face just with the eyes were just perfect in the trailers. So I am very excited to see where they go with this. I'm very excited to see where they go with this film, and I will be dropping my review probably a day or two after I see the film on Friday. And yeah, last time I did one of these, it didn't go well. Like, I predicted very wrong. But I will. I'm praying that I haven't really thrown out many theories, so I'm kind of clear there. And the only thing I could be wrong on is if the film's bad. If the film's bad, I will just be very sad. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this shit. I'll see you guys in the next time I make one of these. See you guys in the next video.